Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. My hair is still wet. I am heading out for lunch with a girlfriend today, and yeah, I wasn't actually planning on coming in today. I didn't get called up for grandma duties, but I was doing a heap of washing instead. But think I had to come on today. Now, the most interestingly enough is the news that is coming out. New York Times article. Rosie has gifted, so Rosie from Rosie's Insight has gifted the actual New York Times article on her post section, I suspect, or under her video. I'm not a subscriber to the New York Times, so sadly I can't do it, but I've posted a couple of articles from various outlets in my post section as well. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the White House cover up of the Epps files. Now, what really caught my attention is that the report says during a meeting in the White House Situation Room, Vance drove the Justice Department's response to media reports tying the felon to Epps, urging cabinet officials to release files tied to the Epps estate by asserting that a slow rollout by Congress would only hasten the scandal. So pretty much Vance was, or Shady as we like to call him over here, was taking the lead on this. Now, why has this grabbed my attention? I actually went to see my soothsayer yesterday afternoon. We finally caught up for the first time in about 10 months. Absolutely lovely. Had a recharge, and I must tell you about it, but that might be tomorrow or next week, or we'll see when it is. But had a recharge, had some cards read. Yeah, she's very accurate. She's very busy at the moment. She has not been well. So when she's back to full steam, she has said that I can give her details out. But one part of it, she's very much a healer of the healers. She doesn't just do ordinary readings. One part of it was the body cleansing that she did. And I have what feels like arthritis in one of my big toes, and it gets quite painful at times. Well, actually, during the healing, it felt like she was, the guides, whoever it was, universe, was sucking out a little, almost like a little snake that was entwined around my big toe and had its fangs into the bone. Um, Pain was gone instantly. So let's see how long that lasts. That was really interesting. Okay, but what I wanted to talk about, because we had, I went up there for my 90-minute appointment and left 3.5 hours later because we get on really well as friends as well. We were talking about politics, and she actually worked for an Australian political party in the past. I'm not going to sort of mention where and what and when, but she mentioned, and I'm always a believer that things happen when we need to hear them, when we need to know about them in the order they're supposed to happen. So this appointment I had with her was delayed by about 2 weeks because for various reasons. And so it was yesterday I went, and then overnight the news came out about Shady with the taking the lead on covering up the felons' involvement with Epps, etc., using the Situation Room in the White House. Now, she mentioned my soothsayer mentioned that when she was working for this political party, they actually had, shows how old it is, they actually had fax machines that had anonymous, like blocked numbers on them, untraceable. And when they wanted to when they wanted to get information to the press that didn't come from the party, they would use these anonymous fax machines to send the information through. Now, really, when I was reading about Vance this morning, or Shady, this morning, it really piqued my attention that this was a lot of what the New York Times published was a deliberate leak to get rid of Shady. I keep getting Usha saying, get out, get out. And he's probably being a bit stubborn about it, or maybe he's getting counter orders from Teal. So I read on that the other week. She's advising him to resign and walk away. So I'm not quite sure why he's hanging in there, but let's have a look. Because Teal's left the country, he's gone. You're on your own. See you later. So I'm going to use the True Crime deck. It's an oracle deck, but I'm going to do a spread as to is this a deliberate leak to to compromise Shady, because there's an element that, and I've read on it multiple times, and I know the order of succession. I know it goes the idiot, Shady, Mikey of the Little Johnson is at Thune in the Senate, and then I think it goes Rubio after that. But there's a real move afoot to install Rubio because they know the felon's going. His schedule, I think, today had absolutely nothing on it. Again, he made a surprise appearance yesterday. Looked awful, bruising on his right hand with really raised veins. Yeah, the power supply to healing, I think, has been switched off for the orange felon. In other words, it's not working anymore, or they're just pumping him full of juice. That sounds more like it. They're pumping him full of juice, like literally pumping, because that's what wind turbines do. They go round and round and round and round and keep it going. And if you think about windmills in the old days, they used to pump the water up by turning in the wind to keep him pretty much out of bed, or attempt to keep him out of bed. But I think he's bedridden a lot of the time. But they know there is no way they can slow this down. So, and he may want to go back to Mar-a-Lago. We've got Beach here. He may get to the stage where he demands to go back to Mar-a-Lago to familiar surroundings, because even he knows it's over. So, what do I want to have a look at? Was this about? I mean, as I put in my post section, like, did anyone not know? Like, really? This is news? Oh, we knew. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Are these leaks about Shady deliberate? Are these leaks well, the mind control just popped out at me, so yes, that would be a yes. Are these leaks about Shady deliberate? Come on down, let's have a look. Right, hidden. The chameleon. Sorry about this. I got crumbs all over my. I had a pastry yesterday for lunch, and now I've got crumbs all over my towel here. Hidden. The chameleon hiding in plain sight. So to me, that would be a yes. So the hiding in plain sight, whoever leaked this. And for me, it would be similar to the fax being sent through the anonymous fax machine. It's like, yeah, we knew, but it's pretending to hide. So yeah, that's telling me yes. Crime of passion is the challenge. Oh dear, everybody in the room being taken out. So I wonder who else was in that situation room. Because that's the challenge, is pretty much everybody that was in that situation room may find themselves removed. Right, we've got the female at the bottom, absolutely. Now, Rosie mentioned, I haven't watched all of Rosie's videos, I've only watched the first few minutes. She mentioned, or I sort of half listened while I was doing emails, whatever it was, haven't really watched it. She was talking about some of the information contained within the report was quite horrific, so don't read it unless you feel that you can or feel that you have to. I won't read it. I have been given visions of what happened, and that was more than enough for me. Again, we know. But at the foundation is the female. Now, this could be Susie Wiles. I just suddenly got Susie Wiles being the female. Do not underestimate her. She knows the idiot's going. She knows that Vance is useless. Do not be surprised. Oops, there's a Nix come to say hello. Hello, Put. That's a rare sighting of Nix. Okay, who's finally grown into her tail. Okay, come on down. Yeah, Susie Wiles is the one that is leaked. Okay, let's see where this goes. Accomplice and partner in crime. Hooded, covered, disguised, unseen, secret handshake in the forest type thing. So, yeah, this is an agreement that was made to leak this information pretty much. She's going to have one of those days. Pretty much in full sight. Possibly everybody in that. Next, can you go and sit down somewhere, mate? Pretty much everybody that was in that situation room has got a target on them. And Susie Wiles here. Okay. Crowning this reading. Ooh, okay. Now I know it says fraud, but if you have a look at the image there, it's like transmitting data. I'm going to have to put her on the floor. Oh no, she's gone around the other way. I was talking about a fax machine in the old days, the fraud. So somebody is not being truthful about who sent this data, who sent this information. Tossed out in the garbage in the immediate future. Told to hit the road. It's an inside job, absolutely, we know that. The hopes and fears, the grandparent. Grandparents. Grandparent. Not sure about what this card's telling me, aside from the fact it's two people getting together to talk in the future potentially about what they did here. Grandparent. I'll have to think about that one in the hopes and fears. Okay, the outcome. Celebrity. Celebrity assassination. Yep, absolutely. Character assassination. Character assassination and getting out of Dodge, leaving, with the boat, the tunnel again, that's a leaving card. Pretty much political suicide. Cover up. Oh dear. Yeah, the cover up. Yeah, I think shady. I think there was a deliberate leak out of the White House by whomever this is. I mean, I'm getting Susie, but you've also, yeah, no, I'm getting Susie. I was going to say you've got the, whatever they call it. Denise Knight calls her the human printer, the felon's one that sort of prints off the documents for him and follows him around like a little lapdog. But no, I'm getting this was a Susie thing. Okay, let me have a look. I'm going to use okay, they're telling me use the mystical manga cards. And I'm just going to straight out ask. Yes, it was a deliberate leak. The Knight of Cups, and as I split the deck, we've got the Knight of Cups, which is the Trojan horse, the false knight offering gifts, offering up something that is a motive, and the Sun to fully expose. And that's a big yes card. So where do I go with that? I might make this as short and sweet. Go and check out Rosie. She's got out Rosie's insights. She's got a lot of information. But yeah, I'm just going to say that yes, it was a deliberate leak from within the White House, and I saw that 1444, and down the bottom when I said that, and it was a deliberate attack on Vance, on Shady. Okay, listen to Usha. Time to leave. Catch you later. Bye bye.